here we go. All right, so welcome to episode 2 of the Dumb and Drummer podcast. We have a very special guest today from Axis Bass Drum Pedals, Zed Amarin. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yes, sir.
All right, I nailed it first try. All right,
Yeah,
cool. So
yeah,
we're
okay.
gonna we're gonna feature Zed today. It's gonna be all about him and his experience with Axis. So kicking it right off here. First question is a big one on a lot of percussion companies' mind. How has the pandemic affected your business?
Oh, that's a kind of a long answer. Uh, I actually joined the company just as the pandemic started to happen. Like it was a couple of weeks literally before like everything started shutting down. Like in the mid of February last year, that's when I joined forces with the company, and it was
Oh,
tough.
so that was right before the pandemic.
Yeah, like right then, like just in
Perfect
one
timing.
week, yeah. Yeah, actually, it was a good time. The downtime was good. There was a lot of stuff on the back end that needed to be taken care of at Axis. That me and the manager of the company at the time did a lot when it comes to how we run the business, to how we make the pedals and how we build them, and the efficiency of the whole process. Like now, we got to a way better place just because of that downtime that like we got over the whole past year, and we suffered well from the pandemic because like one of our machinists actually passed away from
Oh man, sorry to hear
COVID.
that.
Yeah, that was tough.
Oh
Like,
wow.
yeah. Uh, so that was a tough month to 2 months because like production had to like completely slow that down, like to the point where we're not like shipping out anything. So until we got through all of that and like figured things out when it comes to production, and like LA started to open up back again. Now we're at a way better place, and like stock is coming back, and the parts that we were working on over the past year, like we fine tuned pretty much every part on the pedal,
Awesome.
and like yeah, this it was a fun process for me because like I'm a drummer and a drum nerd, and like getting the opportunity to not just like be there to build parts, to be there in the process of research and development, especially that we got this time now because of the pandemic to do those things, was such an awesome and amazing experience that I'm really grateful to get to do.
That's awesome. And actually, I realized after I asked that question, why don't you tell the viewers who you are and what you do at Axis? Let's
Uh,
let's let's back up.
I am the head of artist relations at Axis. Mainly that's my job title, but my job does not stop there. I get involved with everything, literally, like from like taking parts to the anodizing shop, to building parts, to working on actually fine tuning parts, to machining some of the parts, like packaging. I even deal with customers. It's just because of the fact that I am in the industry, and it's fun just to even talk to a customer about like an issue he's having with the pedal, and then like relating to it at some point, and then just having a long conversation and talking about that, and just being part of every aspect of the business is basically what I do there. But like mainly like the core of why I'm there and what I do mainly is I handle the artists, and also recruit more artists, and also young promising drummers.
Nice, nice. You want to take the next one, Brett?
Oh yeah. No. So that being said, what are some of the main goals of Axis going into 2021? Seeing as the looks like the world might be opening up a little bit. So like, what are your guys' plans?
So mainly the main goal that I've had, like even from the past year, and it's ongoing this year, is over the past years, a couple of our artists had parted ways with the company, just because of like the whole response time and being taken care of. So one of my goals is to get as many artists back as I can possibly can, and also we're just trying to, as soon as possible, have some kind of core for distribution in Europe and maybe later on other continents. But like Europe is the place where we like the customs with sending a few pedals at a time, and having our customers having to deal with that is something that we need to like have a solution for, and like have some sort of a warehouse there so people can actually purchase from us directly from Europe instead of from the US.
So you don't
'Cause there's
currently have
a
a way for European customers to? Do they have to order from the States and have it shipped over?
Yeah, they can, and they can order through Toman, and they can order through many distributors all around Europe. But when it comes to small orders, it's quite costly for the customers or the distributors to get some of our parts shipped there, especially if they don't have like the capacity to order like a big number of parts.
Okay.
or like if or repairs, because for repairs they have to ship to you, right, and then ship back.
Exactly. For repairs, actually, I was in touch with a really good guy when it comes to like dealing with our pedals. He's located in the UK, and we were talking about having him handle mostly all the servicing that we get like in
Okay,
Europe. Yeah, yeah,
right on.
yeah.
Awesome.
That's
So as far
So-
as
so-
it.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was gonna say, so for 2021, like you said, your main goals are to kind of re-attract some of the artists that have strayed away from Axis, and you're also trying to have a bigger footprint in Europe.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. That sums it
Okay.
up.
awesome. And as far
Oh,
as
and no, that's cool, because I know there's a lot of especially considering there's a lot of European artists that still, use Axis.
Yes.
And because I mean, I'm lucky considering I live down the street from you guys.
Yes.
And I mean, actually, last time I came in, you were the one that repaired my pedal for me.
Yeah.
So,
That was fun.
and so I never really thought about it, because you guys have been so adjacent to me that you're only in that one spot in Carson, California. Whereas, you look like bigger companies, they have offices all over and stuff. I never really thought of it like that in terms for you guys.
Yeah, we're blessed also to have very handy artists. The ones in Europe that I've been dealing with, like Simon, for example, from Marduk. He knows how to take the whole pedal apart. He knows how to like change anything when it comes to the pedal. And when he has any questions, he just shoots me an email, and usually we take it from there. And most of our artists usually they build a relationship with the pedal to get it to a point where they do lots of their own repairs, and they would have like whenever they're on tour, they would swing by and get like a bunch of spare parts, and they usually do lots of the maintenance. Yeah, and it's quite easy, honestly, if you take the time to just like dissect the pedal and work with it a little bit, and it's quite easy to put together and to repair, honestly.
nice.
I will say having used my Axis, they are easier to repair than like some of the bigger name brands, because I can actually just go to like, if like, certain screws and stuff, I can just go to Home Depot and replace them, as opposed to them being proprietary.
Yeah, exactly. And if anybody has any issue with the pedal when it comes to like a missing screw, they usually call me or shoot me an email, and I give them exactly the specs, and they usually just order them online, and that's easier. So like we try to make things easier for people too, and that's when I added this item to our catalog, the Axis Care Kit. We were getting
Nice.
lots of small orders here and there, and then I was like, let's make like a bundle that would have like a bunch of things, and it would be affordable. So we said like $20 is a fair price. We had a bunch of extra Velcro, an Allen wrench set, some of the bumpers that are going the pedal that usually get worn out
Some
really
springs
quick.
and stuff
Yeah,
too.
exactly, and a couple of
That's
springs.
awesome.
Yeah.
And then like if you, let's say you need other stuff like a bearing, a screw, something, you can add up to 6 extra items, to this care kit without any extra charge. There's a note thing, and that's been on the website for a year, and people love that, man.
I think you need to send
That's,
Brett one. His eyes are getting quite
oh no,
wide
dude,
at
that's
that.
awesome. An
He opens
Axis
that
first aid kit. That's so cool.
survival guide. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We wanted to call it the you got screwed kit, but like we yeah, no, but actually we stuck to the Access Care kit, which sounded a little more like family friendly. Yeah.
So I'm curious about artists that endorse Axis, and not that you have to, play favorites or anything like that, but who are the most well known? Like what's like the top five?
Of our age, because Access was there before like my generation, because I don't know if you're familiar with Chuck and Karen, the owners of the company. The owners of the company are now pushing 70 years old. They've been in the industry from the times of like the Hollies and like when the Beatles were big and like that time. So they've worked, and the pedal was used by like lots of big people. I the names, I'm it's not it's not my generation. Off the top of my head, like Bobby Rondinelli from Black Sabbath, Giorgio Mayer used to use the pedals.
Oh, I didn't know Jojo Mayer used Axis.
Yeah, man. Like when I joined the company, I went through the actual hard copies of all the applications, and I saw like pretty much everybody at some point used the pedals. Like yeah.
Oh, isn't Rick? I might be messing up his name. The drummer for
Yes.
Def Leppard, Rick Allen.
Yes, he still uses our pedals. I was just in touch with his manager the other day, actually. And
Oh, that's rad.
he wants to update all his info on the website and whatnot. He's
Very
cool,
cool.
and we made with the pedal actually that was made custom for him is bent in the middle. It's not like a straight board. The pedal board has a bend. Like he likes his pedals like that, and he likes them
Oh,
hollowed out, like extremely light. So
Interesting.
they're drilled all around. Yeah.
that's rad.
Huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Funny story. When he had this accident, he lost his arm while driving a car
Mhm.
accident, and they actually found his arm and they reattached it, and but his body refused it. His body did not want that, so
Right.
it didn't work. Yeah, yeah. He's pretty interesting guy, and such a role model, like for like perseverance, man. Like it's
Oh,
awesome.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
I remember there was an interview. They were talking to like the guitarist from Def Leppard, and they were asking about the difference in the band pre and post accident. And he was like, "Well, we finally got him to stop playing so many damn fills."
That's funny.
Yeah,
So,
I heard he actually uses like a backing track that compensates for his missing limb or something. Like so live it like fills in the notes or something. Is that true?
I don't think so. I
Oh,
haven't
he just
heard
does it
that.
all.
as far as I'm aware, he just has
Actually.
multiple. It's a multi-pedal
Yes,
setup.
yes, that's exactly what he does. So he
Interesting.
yeah, so he has more than like multi-pedal setup, so that he can like fill in the blanks that he couldn't do
Yeah,
with
like
this.
I know, like he has his snare and a pedal on the same trigger, so that like if
Okay.
he's hitting a cymbal with his arm, he can still trigger the snare.
Nice.
Interesting.
Oh, that's very awesome.
So I don't know if you're able to talk about this, but are there any new artists that are coming to Axis that you're like excited about that you can talk about?
Oh yeah. To be honest, yes, I am very excited to talk
Brett, can
about.
you repeat your last question? Sorry, because your internet connection was a little slow during that for some reason.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, okay,
No, you're
yeah,
good.
no. Uh, oh, am I good now?
Yeah.
Okay, so no. So what I was saying was any artists that you're excited about that have just recently joined Axis that you're able to talk about right now?
Honestly, I am very excited that David McGraw from Cattle came back because
Oh, nice.
yeah, he's a dear friend, and we've been like friends ever since I moved out here. I took a couple of classes with him, and then whenever he plays in town, I just go and we hang out. He's a really cool dude, and he only like was looking for other brands, not because he had any issues with the product. He just had issues with just being taken care of, and
Mm.
just me stepping in the company and just actually like being attentive and responsive when it comes to the artists, like just made all those people just like think again about like coming back. And I was happy that David that's reached out to me, and after he got back, the very new artist that we haven't yet announced that he's back is Ken Bedani from Aborted. Uh,
Oh, nice.
yeah, we've been talking for a while, and he there's something about our pedals that like that makes them kind of different, especially when it comes to the other direct drive pedals, our like main competitors that people know about. It's just how light they feel, and it's something that makes lots of drummers love them, and some others just cannot stand the lightness, and they just want the pedal to they want a heavy pedal so that they can feel the pedal more.
Mhm.
And when it comes to the lightness, the good thing about having a very light pedal for playing the crazy fast stuff, in my opinion, is it's light on your joints and light on your body.
Yeah.
If you have a heavier pedal, yeah, sure, you're gonna get more control, and you're gonna feel all the rebound because of how heavy the vibrations are. But then all those vibrations are gonna go into your knees, and the force you're dealing with, the easier it's gonna be on your knees, and that's what you need. You need to just be able to play this stuff till you're pushing 60, 70, not just like kind of get to your 40s and then your knees give up on you, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought about that. That's going to be kind of weird. We're getting into this era where some of these like extreme death metal drummers are going to be hitting retirement age. It's like, what's going to happen when like, from dudes like, from the extreme metal bands are actually like 70? Are they going to start playing blues and stuff, or are they going to slow down and play doom metal?
Yeah, actually, that's a good question. I wonder. Actually, doom metal seems to be like some kind of like a retirement genre for it.
It's where the old metalheads go to retire. It's like,
Yeah,
I'm too old for this fast shit. Let's slow it down, drop tune, and I'm just gonna smoke some weed and chill.
yeah, yeah. Actually, that makes sense.
So let's talk about new products.
Yeah.
What's coming out for 2021 that's new? Beside, I know you were talking about the care
The care kit is
care
just an
kit.
item.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was just added to the catalog last year, and it's not really a big thing. It's just a new bundle of the most sought after items when it comes to like the pedal. But I'm very excited about something that we have been testing for a while, and I just sent a few pairs to our artists to just fool around with and tell me what they feel. Speaking of the lightness of the pedal, we just designed a new footboard that's made out of carbon fiber
Nice.
that weighs half the weight of the aluminum footboard, that that will even give you more of a lightness of a feel. And also like because of because the material being a little softer, so it has some kind of a give to it. So whenever you're pushing on the pedals, you kind of feel like they add to the spring some kind of a bend, and they just, in my opinion, from my own experience, I felt like they take more of the shock of the knees, also because of uh, the lightness and the softness of the material. So
Nice.
those are gonna be on the website soon, and people can pre-order them, and we're gonna have those in stock probably in the next month or two.
Now, can people just buy the footboards and change them out
Yes,
with their existing? Okay.
yes,
Okay.
This is one of the coolest things about our pedals is you can change anything. You can buy a pedal and you can play it for 10 years, and then you can send it for refurbishment and you can get it for another 10 years and then give it to your kid and he will play it. And then I've seen pedals that have been going through 3 generations, man.
Oh wow.
And
They
that's one of the things I really like about. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's one of the things
no
I really like about Axis is like my first pedal that I got, I probably got around 2008, 2010, and I eventually traded that into you guys, but you don't necessarily have to upgrade your entire pedal.
yeah yeah
Like whenever you guys come out with a new model, all the upgrades I can retrofit my old pedal with, and I love that. You don't force me to go buy the new pedal to get the new features.
yeah exactly. And yeah, that's the thing, because like the company is not money oriented. It's not a business. It's more of like a workshop that's dedicated for the artists. It's a mom and pop shop that's there to support the artists and to take care of the artists and to make sure everybody is having a good time and being able to like express themselves the best with the equipment. It's like so many times so many people try to get this to be more of like a mass production house, but this is not what it is. This is not what it was meant to be. It's meant to be a smaller company that's dedicated for the artists, and not a business, where you can't reach anybody on the phone, it's where the personal touch is like gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I like how you said in the beginning about relationships. That's the priority. And yeah, I use Tama Speed Cobra, but I've used chain, direct drive, and felt,
Nice.
and I changed out the beaters and the drive shaft. So I use a trick drive shaft,
Yeah.
and I use lowboy beaters. So it's like
Nice.
I feel like that's a lot of people with their setups. It's a Frankenstein type of setup. They got an Orange County snare drum, and they got a DW shell kit, and they
Yeah.
got like some Istanbul cymbals and some Zildjian, and then they off everything's like, because not everything has to match. Like I'm not an OCD person really. Like if it sounds good, I want to use it. And it was actually difficult because the direct drive conversion kit I had to get from this guy in Germany from a company called ACD Unlimited.
Yeah, I know
It was
that.
really expensive to get it shipped over, and then I had to set, it was like $150 just for the conversion kit. The pedal was only like $300, so it's just like, but what you're saying appeals to me as a drummer because I don't really have, let's say, brand loyalty. Like I don't have any endorsements or anything like that. Like I just want something where if I did want to try a new footboard, I wouldn't have to buy a new pedal. I could just swap it out, and I don't think that's true for a lot of brands.
Yeah.
It's different, but it's different. Every brand has their own way of like doing their business and how they want to go about things. First of all, that drive shaft, the trick drive shaft is pretty much amazing. I saw it and I used it on a couple of pedals. It's solid, and it's a great addition to the Speed Cobra, because the Speed Cobra drive shaft is a little bit smaller, and I think those from I have not experienced those, but from lots of my friends, I hear that they start to have play in them quite quickly. So
Yeah, it's really not. I mean, I hate to knock Tama products, but the drive shaft was it was garbage. Like as soon as I changed it out to the trick, everything was like exponentially better. I mean, and I'm sure you get this question a lot too. Or I'm sure you have insight on it, like the balance between the master and the secondary side. Well, let's not use the other word.
it's
The secondary side, the left side. Making it feel right. You know what I mean? Is always a challenge.
Yeah, honestly, it's funny because the drive shaft that comes with the pedal is almost half the weight of the trick drive shaft, and if you put a heavier drive shaft on the pedal, it's not supposed to make the slave sorry the secondary
The
the secondary
master
beater.
bedroom. You can't say that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. So it doesn't make the secondary beater faster.
Mhm.
It's supposed to even make it slower because it's gonna take more energy to move the whole shaft because it's heavy. It's gonna be more solid and it's not gonna have less play. But in terms of like having the second beater move as fast as the first one, you are better off with the lighter drive shaft. Speaking of that, that's why we just released a new drive shaft, the DS3.
Sick.
uh, uh, we replaced a few parts, a few components that were made out of steel with into aluminum. So we were able to cut down about 40% of the weight of the old drive shaft. So the new drive shaft is like 40% lighter than the old drive shaft, and that's something that really makes, like, if you put two double pedals next to each other from our pedals, with one of the new and the old drive shafts, and you just compare the feeling, yeah, the that really made a huge difference. And if also when you add the carbon fiber footboards, that
Mm.
the lightness of the feel of the pedal is unbelievable. Like,
And see, this is what I really miss is like just testing stuff out. Like you can't,
yes,
like
yeah,
you can go to music shops, and especially with the pandemic, it's harder. But like most of the time, you have to invest. Like if you want to try something out, you have to just say, "What's your return policy? Let me try out this
yeah,
ride cymbal.
yeah,
If I hate it, I'll send it back." And then there's a restocking fee or something. It's just like Guitar Center. You just go in and they had like 20 pedals lined up, every
yeah,
brand, on
yeah,
like a little rubber thing, and you could just go sit down and test it out as much as tweak the
yeah,
spring tension and stuff like that. But what you're talking about is, I mean, you're not going to have, well, this is a carbon fiber model, and
yeah.
this is just a stock model, and this has upgraded drive shaft, and this one has different beaters, and this one has blah 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 different springs or something. Like that's something you kind of have to. It's trial and error. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that might be the perfect pedal, but you don't know it until you manipulate it.
yeah, the for me, like, it took me trial and error even before joining the company for years. The first double pedal that I bought from Axis was the Laser 821 pedal, and I just bought it. I was at the time in Jordan, and like I had my friend like smuggle the pedal for me from here to Jordan to the
Oh
Middle
wow.
East. So yeah, and I just bought it because I thought it looks cool, and it was just recently released. So I got it, and it was not the pedal for me. Eventually I had to go back to the A's, which worked perfectly for me.
Hmm.
So and then, like, I messed around with the footboards, and so like, as a user, I've done this with so much gear throughout my life. I buy something, I try it, doesn't work, I just go on a group and put it there, and like a couple of weeks, and I can sell it.
Solid.
I don't lose so much, and I get to know for a fact. You have your own experience, because we all like to learn from our own experience. We don't like people to tell us. We
Right.
want to try things ourselves, which makes sense. So, like, yeah, with the pedal, you can just get pretty much anything and then try it. And also, you happen to be in town, you just call us, send us an email, and you can come to the shop, and I could set up a bunch of models. And
Oh
that's what
wow. Okay.
that's what lots of drummers do. Like, so many people just hit me up on social media even, and they just want to come to. Sometimes they just want to come and see the shop. Like, we're open for public. We You can come check out the shop. Of course, not now in these times, but
Yeah.
like, when everything is cool, we really love to have people around.
I
And
can I can speak for that. Even before you were even working there, Zed, I used to
yeah.
bug the shit out of Chuck.
Me too. Yeah, me
I
tue,
used to
honestly.
I used to probably be over there at least once a month, be like, oh, can you show me how to repair this? Oh, I want to buy this. And I probably used to bug the crap out of Chuck and Karen for a while.
So,
Yeah.
I'm in Austin. Is there anywhere where I can go to check this out, or maybe people that are listening are all from all over? Is there like what's the best way for them to test out the product?
At the time being, the best place, like, in Austin, would be to go to Guitar Center or Samash. They usually
Okay,
have our models.
gotcha.
If not, like, anybody can literally reach out to me on Facebook. And if there's some in a certain town that they didn't find the model, like, at their local Guitar Center, I will try to reach out to one of our artists that is around the area and see if they can meet up with them, and then have them try their pedals and see if they work for them.
That sounds good. We'll get your info and we'll put it in the description box.
Sweet.
So if people have any questions, they can shoot you an email or sub your
Yeah.
channel or follow you on social media.
I love that. You know, I don't have any problem with being like sent messages all around. You know, the same questions. Ask me the same thing every day. I don't care. You know, I love what I do, and I love just to be even connected with more drummers in the industry, and even like people who are up and coming, and even like hobbyists. It's my passion, so I have no problem with that.
Awesome. Well, we got a couple minutes left. Any final thoughts?
uh, I'm just grateful to be able to be featured on you guys' show, and I hope we had more time to talk. There's so much we can like talk about when it comes to like the company, and also like my I would like to talk a little. I would have loved to talk a little bit more about my experience before even coming to the US, and all of that, and about my music.
Dude, let's
Uh,
have you on again. Let's do this
Yeah.
again. You know what? Let's do this again, and like maybe we'll just talk about your stuff and less direct access stuff. Let's hear.
Yeah.
Let's learn about Zed.
Yeah, I would love to do a part two in like a few weeks or something like that. I mean, we have a couple other guests scheduled, but maybe in like a month. I would, because I mean, we had questions down on like your experience overseas and
yeah,
like
yeah,
your
I
experience as a
have.
player and stuff like that. We
Yes,
just
yes.
unfortunately, um, we're both too cheap to do the pro Zoom, and
So
I
there's
don't
a
want to
time
lose.
limit.
I don't want to lose this video, and I also don't want to cut you off and be like, oh, and you're in the middle of a thought, and then it just ends. So trying to give you like that 2 minute warning, but yeah, we can definitely do a round two. I would love that.
Sweet. Yeah, this has been fun, and I would love to even chat some more.
Awesome.
For sure,
Well,
man.
thank you so much for being on with us, dude. We appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thank you. It's been really a pleasure, and looking forward for the next one.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much.
Sweet, man. Take care.
All right, thanks.